Okay, so the next intervention we're going to talk about is using speaking centers to amplify marginal voices in building a sustained community movement and building sustained community movements for social justice. This was done at the Speaking Center at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. The part of it was that there was a goal to have the Speaking Center be able to support constituencies beyond the campus. So the Speaking Center was normally a place where students would come and learn how to do a speech. So they were given an assignment that they needed to do a performance, and they would go to the Speaking Center to learn how to do that, whether they were in an oral communication course or another type of course. It was assistance to be able to help people develop and learn how to do speeches. But they wanted to be able to bring that beyond the campus environment. The group that they were working with was the Association of Retarded Citizens, the ARC, and a specific facility called Joseph's House, and also a kind of a conglomeration of different social justice organizations that worked out of what they called the Greensboro Hive. So there's a public speaking project. There's a 2-hour workshop called Speaking for a Change. And so they brought these people together and they did this 2-hour workshop about how to do advocacy for marginalized groups. Part of what they were trying to focus on here was what they called an education achievement gap between certain groups and other groups. And they focused on this notion that their unfair school policies and practices were major contributors to this education achievement gap. It wasn't just, hey, how do we get the resources to these people, but understand that there were specific policies and practices that in fact that led to this achievement gap. So they tried to increase the diversity of voices involved in the discussion of this education achievement gap. Now, one of the methods they used was Monroe's motivated sequence, which is a common method that you should learn in your oral communication courses. It's something we teach as a persuasive strategy, as a persuasive model to get people to act. So it's what we call a speech to activation, which is to actually get people to do something. What they taught people to do was be able to do 3-minute persuasive speeches. So in there, they had these people who were the individuals working for these specific areas, especially for people who were special education students. And they had them go up and prepare to be able to give their voice and to actually be a participant in the discussion at the school board meetings, so that they could teach people how to develop and advocate their message effectively. Especially individuals who were marginalized and weren't able to normally have voice, so wouldn't be comfortable going up and talking in front of a school board. And they were very effective in being able to get appropriate change for their group. So we're going to stop and go on to the next example of social intervention in the next presentation.